this powerful workshop. And I want to begin with a silly little story. There's a mother mouse. She was leading her 3 children through a house, and all of a sudden, as they're turning by a corner, the mice see a cat. And the cat looks at the mice with hunger in his eyes and slowly starts to walk towards the mice, baring its razor-sharp teeth. And now the mother mouse, in an effort to protect her children, backs up, raises up onto her hind legs, and then says, in as loud a voice as she can, "Ruff, ruff, 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 ruff." And the cat gets scared and just bolts out of there. And the mother turns to her little babies and says, "Now, children, never underestimate the power of learning more than one language." And I share this story to make a point, and that is this. We can all learn more than one language. And today we're going to be exploring the language of success. This is a language for creating the results you want. And once we consciously understand this language, we can apply it to any area of life that we want to improve. Now, this system of success we will be exploring today has been developed over the past 40 years and has been used by literally tens of thousands of people around the world to create lives they love living. It's a proven, reliable, repeatable system for helping you create what matters most to you. Now, my intention today is to share with you some powerful tools to improve your results in your life. By the time you leave here, you will be empowered with 3 tools to help you achieve your goals, greater clarity on your goals and dreams, and feeling even more confident in your ability to achieve those goals and dreams. Are you up for that? Yes? Excellent. Okay, I'm grateful you are here today. So, what I have learned during many opportunities I've had to speak with different groups and organizations is that our goals and dreams are often born out of the challenges we face or the pain we experience. You see, we live in a universe that speaks to us through 2 growth signals, our longing and our discontent. We experience this feeling of longing when we're desiring something we haven't yet created. And we feel the feeling of discontent when current circumstances are something we don't prefer. Both of these, longing and discontent, are catalysts for growth within us. So whether it's pain of a problem or a burning desire for something new, these 2 energies are essential for creating new results in our lives. And why this matters to you is, if you have a dream that you want to achieve, you have to master noticing your longing and discontent to achieve it. So let me share a time in my life when longing and discontent inspired me to make a change. So I've been a certified coach now for, I've got a good couple of years now, but I was still working the 9 to 5, right? And I will never forget this moment. So it's a Thursday evening in December, and it's that time of year when you go to work in the morning and it's dark. You get home from work in the evening and it's dark. Everything you do is in the dark. And I'd been doing my day job and then started straight away on my coaching. All of a sudden, I hear my little dog Milo. He's a border collie. He's just outside the room now. And he starts whimpering and he climbs up. So his front paws are resting on the arm of the chair. And he starts pawing at my shoulder. I mean, he just wants to go for a pee and go bed. So I push my chair up and I quickly realize as my face comes away from the glow of the computer screen that it's pitch black everywhere. I glance out the window. All my neighbors' lights are out. My partner has already gone to bed, sick of waiting for me again. And I have this buzzing fog of noise in my head. So I'm sat there, just the light of the screen glowing the room, Milo whimpering next to me, and my head in my hands, and I have just this overwhelming crush of guilt that just flows down me into the pit of my stomach. And I literally asked myself out loud, is this it? Is this it? And in that moment, I knew something had to change. So I started researching more and more about finding my purpose and all that kind of stuff. And I stumbled across the Brave Thinking Institute and this Dream Builder program. And it has completely changed my life. So no longer am I working late into the evenings and on weekends. My head is clear from that buzzing fog of noise. But also now I am spending more quality time with my partner and Milo, and I'm now living on purpose. And that is what I want to help people with. And this all started with that longing and discontent, that noise in my head, that crushing guilt, and the question of, is this it? So as you go forward in your life and you face not knowing what it is you truly want, remember to notice your longing and your discontent. What is the pain that is driving you to look for something? And what is that something that's calling you? Because what is inside of you is far more powerful than any circumstance you'll ever be facing. So today I'll be sharing with you some principles that will help you transform your longing and discontent into results. Now, these principles I'll be teaching come from a program that I'm certified to teach in, and it's called the Dream Builder program. And in this program, there are 10 principles that will skyrocket your success if you apply them to your life. Today, in the time we have, I'm grateful to be able to give you 3 of these principles that you can apply right now to help you create a life you absolutely love. These 3 principles are the keys to mastering your results. And here's my promise to you. So I promise that I'm going to give you everything I can in a short time that we have together. And at the end of this presentation, many of you will want to take this information further and integrate it into your life. So for you, I have a special gift, and I will give to you at the end of the presentation. But first, let's just dive right in. So there are 4 domains in which we create results in our lives, and they are health and well-being, love and relationships, vocation, and time and money freedom. You are having results in each of these areas right now. Some results you may love and other results not so much. But here's the good news. No matter what the results, no matter how big of a challenge it might feel like to you, no matter how long an old result has been in place, you absolutely have the power to create the exact results you would love to have in your life. The results you're getting in these areas of life are a perfect reflection of your awareness in these areas. So let's expand our awareness together by studying the pattern that creates our results. Is what I call the results formula. And the formula begins like this. Thoughts create your feelings. You know this. When you think joyful thoughts, you feel happy. When you think scary thoughts, your heart beats faster. Thoughts literally affect your physiology. So by universal law, your feelings are expressed with your actions. So when we feel confident, we feel energized, and we take different actions than we would if we feel down, frustrated, or sad. And we know that our actions contribute to our results. It's simply just the law of cause and effect. So follow me here. Your thoughts cause your feelings cause your actions, and your actions cause your results. So if you want to know what you've been thinking, look at your results, because your results never lie. So if we want to create new results in our life, then we pay attention to our thoughts. And that is something that we call notice what you're noticing. In the same way that you can notice that you can feel your feet on the floor, and you can notice how the pen feels in your hand, you can also notice how your thinking affects your results. So let's apply these concepts to the results formula and notice what you're noticing to your life. So get a pen, a pencil, a journal, or a piece of paper. I get to do this exercise in much more depth with my clients. But in the short time we have today, we're going to do a quick life assessment. I'm inviting you to notice your current results in each area of your life on a scale of 1 to 5. How fulfilled you are feeling about those results. 1 being not fulfilled at all, but 5 being completely fulfilled. So let's start with your health and well-being. On a scale of 1 to 5, how fulfilled are you with your current results? 1 not at all, 5 completely. Okay, now let's consider your love and relationships. On a scale of 1 to 5, again, how fulfilled are you with your current relationships? Now let's consider the results in your vocation domain. which is your creative expression, your career, how you share your gifts with the world. So again, on a scale of 1 to 5, how fulfilled are you with your current vocational results? Now, finally, scale of 1 to 5, how fulfilled are you with your current time and money freedom? Got your results. Let's take a moment to reflect on your life assessment here. So, as we consider each of the domains of your life and you looked at your current results, you gave yourself a rating on a scale of 1 to 5 for each. What is it costing you for those results to remain the same? Pay attention to the thoughts around those results. This is not a place for judgment or blame. Your responses are not good or bad, or right or wrong. You are simply paying attention to and noticing what you would love more of or less of in your life. So, whatever your results have been up until now, you have the power within you from this moment forward to create the results you love. And it all starts right here in your mind. So, every one of us has a dream inside us somewhere. And this brings us to the first key to mastering your results. And it's also the #1 secret of dream building. And it is designing your dream. When you would love different results in your life, you plan for them. Just like you have a clear blueprint when you want to build a house, the same is true with your dreams. Without a clearly defined blueprint, you cannot build your dream. So write this down for me. Clarity is power. When you become clear on what it is you really want in life, you begin to see opportunities and resources that you may otherwise have entirely missed. These things seem to just appear out of the blue. So let's design the blueprint for your dream and let's make it crystal clear. So let me ask you, what would you love? Just ask yourself that question. What would I love? Imagine you stepped into a time machine. What would you love? What would you love your life to be like 3 years from now? So 3 years from now, everything you wanted completely worked out. You have vibrant health. You have wonderful relationships with family and friends. You love your work and you have all the time, money, and other resources required. What does a life you love look like for you? And on a fresh on a fresh sheet of paper, please take about 30 seconds to capture the ideas that come to you about what you would love in your life. But when you do this, I want you to start with a statement. I am so happy and grateful now that. I want you to take that 30 seconds now. Start with, I am so happy and grateful now that. Probably should have added in some meditation music here. Okay, congratulations. So this is the first key to mastering your results. Knowing what it is that you would love and describing it is the first step to bringing those results to life. And this brings us to the second key for mastering your results, and that is deciding for your dream. So just like we experience results throughout our day, we also make decisions each moment of our day. So in fact, it's been proven that highly successful people are willing to decide for what they would love, even in the absence of knowing how to bring it about. Some people want to know every step of the journey before deciding. But the key is that you make a firm decision for what you want before you will bring your dream into reality. So that means you get to decide for new results. So with your life assessment, you now recognize your current results, where you are right now. Then after journaling what you would love in your life, you now recognize your dreams, where you want to go, right? Okay, so what happens in the middle? Between the results you have now and the results you want, do you have any idea how you're going to bring them about? The answer is probably no. Exactly. So what we want to do is suspend the how. That is, we are going to refuse to let the unknown stop us from making a decision to move forward towards our dreams. So are you willing to decide to do whatever it takes to experience those results you'd love? Excellent. Okay, good. I can see some hands. That's the second key for mastering your results. And that brings us to our third key to mastering your results in life, and that is befriending your fear. So what does befriending your fear even mean? Does it mean making friends with your fear? The answer is yes. It means you can have fear, but you don't have to let fear have you. You see, when we decide for a dream, like you have done today, there's a part of you that says, heck yes, I am doing this. And then there's another part of us that says, yeah, right, that's not going to happen. What if I fail? That is the voice of fear. It's the part of you that wants things to stay the status quo. When you feel fear, I want you to think about baby's face. Now think about this. When we were babies, we all started out as non-walkers. And as a non-walker, you saw people around you walking and you wanted that level of freedom yourself. So you rose up. And if you're anything like me, you locked eyes on that cookie, biscuit, whatever it is that you wanted, and you gave it your best shot to get over there, trying to take some steps. But what happened? You fell. You fell down. But what did you do next? You just rose up again and tried to take another step, and you fell down again. See, when you were learning to walk, did you ever think to yourself, well, that's it. I guess I'm just not meant to be a walker? No, of course not. You rose up and you kept going. And with each try, you took a few more steps and a few more until finally you became a walker. You see, something happens when we become adults. We stop giving ourselves permission to fall down. We learn to walk by falling down. The truth is, it is the falling down and getting back up that is actually the key to achieving your dreams. So we befriend our fear and give ourselves permission to fail enough to succeed. Great dream builders are willing to fail and rise again. Oprah Winfrey was fired by television executives and told that she was not fit for TV. Now she has a multi-billion-dollar network. The founder of Starbucks was told there was no market for his kind of coffee, and his actual loan application was rejected 242 times. And now there's nearly 30,000 Starbucks around the world, and the company has a net worth of more than $22 billion. You see, great success stories also have experienced great failure. And in fact, fear and failure are prerequisites for achieving great dreams. So how do we give power to the part of us that wants to move forward when we're hearing that voice in the back of our heads that wants us to stay in the comfort zone? See, there's a whole process to this that I take my clients through in the Dream Builder program. But for our purpose today, I'm going to give you one thing that you can do, and that is refocus your mind on your dream. Then take action. Just thinking about your vision, your dream, and even writing it down is not going to make it happen. It's not magic. You have to do your part, even if that means doing it when you are afraid. Are you willing to befriend your fear and take action anyway to live a life you love? Raise your hand. Excellent. Okay, so as I promised you at the beginning of our time together, I have a gift. And then I'll close with a video that will wrap up this training. But first, let's recap what we've covered. You've learned 3 keys to mastering your results, which are 3 of the 10 principles in the Dream Builder program that I'm certified to teach in. But the first key is designing your dream. The second key, deciding for your dream. And the third key is befriending your fear. Above all, remember this: you are worthy of your dream and living a life you would love to live. So now let me ask you this. Raise your hand if you feel connected with these ideas and know that if you really implemented them, they would make a difference in your life. Excellent. Okay, so I'm going to close with that video, but first let me give you that gift that I promised at the beginning of the presentation. So for those of you who are ready to take action on your dream, between my speaking and coaching schedule, I carve out some time each week for strategy sessions. A strategy session is like a 45-minute Zoom conversation where we get clear on exactly where you are, what you would love to create, and the next most important steps you can take that will move you in the direction of your dream. Now, this one-on-one session is valued at $250. Some of you in this room know that you are ready to invest in achieving your dreams. So for you, here's the next step. Some one-on-one time together with me over Zoom where we can invest in you, your dream, and discover the path for how you can get there. And I'm offering this strategy session completely complimentary for anybody who's attending this event at no charge. It's my gift to you. So how many of you are serious about achieving your dream and would like to have a strategy session? Please raise your hand. Okay, excellent. So here's what we're going to do. I have 10 sessions available. Again, that value of $250. Now, I'm going to finish with this video, and after the video will be a page with a QR code and a website address. So you can either scan the QR code or type in that website address into your browser. I want you to head over, find a spot on the calendar, and book your strategy session. As I say, there's limited spots, and it's first come, first serve. So remember the power of taking action. Now, you have a Mount Everest level dream, and perhaps there's no clear path at this point, but that doesn't mean a path doesn't exist for you. It just means that you are still growing your awareness to be able to see the things that you can do to generate the results that you want. And I'm honored to be able to support you in learning the keys to mastering those results. I'm going to close this workshop with a very famous quote from William H. Murray, who summited Everest. Until one is committed, there is hesitancy, the chance to draw back, always ineffectiveness. Concerning all acts of initiative and creation, there is one elementary truth, the ignorance of which kills countless ideas and splendid plans. And it's namely that the moment one definitely commits oneself, then providence moves too. All sorts of things occur to help one that would never otherwise have occurred. A whole stream of events issue from the decision, raising in one's favor all manner of unforeseen incidents and meetings and material assistance, which no one could have dreamt would have come their way. And I learned a deep respect for one of Goth's couplets, which was, whatever you can do or dream you can, begin it. Boldness has genius, power, and magic in it. You see, you have a splendid dream. You wrote it down. You can feel it. You made a decision for it. And to achieve your dream, you get to decide for it again and again and again, no matter the circumstance, no matter the fear, and no matter the failures from the past. So for those of you who are willing to commit to your dream, and for those of you who would love support in achieving your dream, if you would love a coach to help you summit your Everest, scan that QR code or follow that link after the video. And remember, as you log off from this event today and get back into your life, know that what is inside you is far greater than any challenge you're facing. You have incredible power within you, and this is your moment. Today is your day to take bold action, because as Goth's couplet says, whatever you can do or dream you can, begin it. Boldness has genius, power, and magic in it.
It is not death most people are afraid of. It is getting to the end of life only to realize that you never truly lived. There was a study done, a hospital study, on 100 elderly people facing death close to their last breath. They were asked to reflect about their life's biggest regret. Nearly all of them said they regretted not the things they did, but the things they didn't do, the risks they never took, the dreams they didn't pursue. I ask you, will your last words be, if only I hit, hey, you, wake up. Why do you exist? Life is not meant to simply work, wait for the weekend, and pay rent. No, I don't know much, but I know this. Every person on this earth has a gift. And I apologize to the Black community, but I can no longer pretend. Martin Luther King, that man never had a dream. That dream had him. See, people don't choose dreams. Dreams choose them. So the question I'm getting to is, do you have the courage to grab the dream that picked you, that befits you and grips you? Or will you let it get away and slip through? You know, I learned a fact about airplanes the other day. Now, this was so surprising. See, I was talking to a pilot, and he told me that many of his passengers think planes are dangerous to fly in. But he said, actually, it is a lot more dangerous for a plane to stay on the ground. I said, what? Like, how does that sound? Well, he said because on the ground, the plane starts to rust, malfunction, and wear much faster than it ever would if it was in the air. As I walked away, I thought, yeah, makes total sense, because planes were built to live in the skies, and every person was built to live out the dream they have inside. So it is perhaps the saddest loss to live a life on the ground without ever taking off. See, most of us are afraid of the thief that comes in the night to steal all of our things. But there is a thief in your mind who is after your dreams. His name is doubt. If you see him, call the cops and keep him away from the kids, because he is wanted for murder, for he has killed more dreams than failure ever did. He wears many disguises, and like a virus will leave you blinded, divided, and turn you into a kinda. See, kinda is lethal. You know what kinda is. It's a lot of kinda people. You kinda want a career change. You kinda want to get straight A's. You kinda want to get in shape. Simple math, no numbers to crunch. If you kinda want something, then you will kinda get the results you want. What is your dream? What ignites that spark? You can't kinda want that. You gotta want it with every part of your whole heart. Will you struggle? Yeah, you will struggle, no way around it. You will fall many times, but who's counting? Just remember, there's no such thing as a smooth mountain. If you want to make it to the top, then there are sharp ridges that must be stepped over. There will be times you get stressed and things you get depressed over, but let me tell you something. Steven Spielberg was rejected from film school 3 times, but he kept going. The television execs fired Oprah, said she wasn't fit for TV, but she kept going. Critics told Beyonce that she couldn't sing, she went through depression, but she kept going. Struggle and criticisms are prerequisites for greatness. That is the law of this universe, and no one escapes it. Because pain is life, but you can choose what type. Either the pain on the road to success, or the pain of being haunted with regret. You want my advice? Don't think you are not defined them fast. Instead, you are born anew in each moment. So own it now. Sometimes you gotta leap and grow your wings on the way down. You better get this shot off before the clock runs out, cause ain't no overtime in life, no do-over. And I know I sound like I'm preaching or speaking with force, but if you don't use your gift, then you sell not only yourself, but the whole world short. So what invention do you have buried in your mind? What idea, what cure, what skill do you have inside to bring out to this universe? Uni meaning one, verse meaning song. You have a part to play in this song. So grab that microphone and be brave. Sing your heart out on life stage. You cannot go back and make a brand new beginning, but you can start now and make a brand new ending.